Okay, I've got all my 5th grade supplies to make the eyes and the nose for my animal collage. So I'm going to set myself up. I've got my newspaper, I've got my paintbrush, a pencil, the paint, a little paper towel. I've got a couple tracers that I'm going to use and my white paper. I'm going to set myself up here so that you can see. Okay, I've decided that I'm going to be doing a dog. So I'm going to give myself just a little bit of an edge there, not much, and just trace this 2 times. We're talking a lot about reflections, right? These big reflection parts that are going to be white. They don't have to be exactly the same in both eyes, but they should be coming from the same direction, kind of in the same area. So there we go. One thing you need to do after you trace, before you paint, please, please, please flip your eye or your ear over, put your name and your class code. Now I'm going to take my paintbrush. Hopefully my paint's not too grody. All right, and I am going to outline these 2 things. I'm going to start with this one here. And I'm just going to, holding the paintbrush pretty straight up and down, I'm going to just outline it with my stinky tempera paints. Some tempera paints are made with egg. And if you consider the fact that we've not been in the classroom for a year, some of my tempera paints have not weathered this COVID storm very gracefully. But I don't mind using stinky paint as long as we get to do some painting. So here we go. I've done a nice black outline, solid black. I also want to do the pupil, but keep in mind you don't want to paint over the reflections. So I'm going to first kind of outline my reflections so I stay away from them. I'm doing pretty good. I made enough space on this paper to get pretty close to my outline here for the dog's nose. Make sure that you trace the inside little pieces as well. And if you decide not to use a tracer and draw it yourself, just use a light pencil so that you can go back and make any changes. Okay, the other thing is, don't just dive into your wash water with your paintbrush like this. Make sure you wipe it off really good with your paper towel, get as much paint off as you can, then clean it in the water.